Well, look at the smiling faces of the Mad Red United crew. Man, what a day, what a game that was. Hello, everyone. It's Into United podcast time, but I think this is an Into United podcast with a twist because we just witnessed a game of two halves. I think you all agree, guys, but it was absolutely mental. And just to get you all in the mood, everyone was commenting on my reaction in the watch along, so I'm just going to play it out now just to get you all in the mood again, just to remind you exactly how everything sort of went down. So here we go. Oh, I don't know. I'm lost for words now. It's just that silent moment, calm before the storm. Good ball, Cavani! Yes! Get in! Come on! Oh, Matador, get in! Yes! Come on! You beauty! Anytime winner! Biggie time dance! Biggie time dance! Get in! Come on! Get in! I was nearly playing it twice then. Man,
that's hilarious.
Epic, people. Epic. You know when you have that feeling that there's that one chance, there's just one, something's going to happen, there's one more chance coming. And Rashford was horrendous all game. We'll get into player ratings, we're going to do a bit of that in a minute. But he just had to do one thing right, and that was that ball going in. But, all right, I'm already into it. I've not even introduced everyone. I'm that excited about the game. First of all, just necking a nice swig there of his Guinness, calming himself down a little bit from the afternoon. It is the man himself, Cockney Red. Owen, how are we doing, my friend?
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing. There's nothing better in the world than a last-minute winner, and it was just brilliant. And just to win the way we did, look, it wasn't the greatest performance in the first half, but we seem to always come back against Southampton. That just seems to be the way we play against them. We like to go down 2 before we get 3 ourselves, and got the 3 points and beat West Ham and we'll beat City, and then fuck it, we'll win the league.
Right, calm down. Calm down.
We could get ahead of ourselves for a few hours anyway, at least. Yeah. Mary, I'm sure you was as excited as I was watching that. How are you feeling now? You okay?
Oh my God, that is what football is all about. Smash and grab to get a last minute winner. Oh my God, nothing in this world, not the birth of your children, not your wedding, nothing is as good as seeing your team win in the last minute. Oh my God, if I could bottle it and sell it, I'd be a billionaire. Nothing beats it. What a moment. Shout out to Edison Cavani, that matador, that assassin in the box. We need a player like him desperately, because if any of other strikers had been on the pitch today, none of them would have got those 2 goals. Absolutely not changed the game for me. Unbelievable. And I want to see more and more and more of Cavani. I am buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, Saeed, mate, I'm sure you was going off as much as I have. What a game! What an end to the game, mate. A game of 2 halves, pal.
My emotions are all over the place, mate. You know what I mean? Like, first half, I was going in for De Gea, and listen, we're gonna have a chat about De Gea because I still think he should have saved that. But apart from that, you know what I mean? Cavani, you know what it is? It's crazy. I shouted for this guy in January, and people are laughing at me. It's too old. It's too old. What do you want him for? Listen, man. Cavani.
Wait. Saeed.
Who shouted at you, Gail Platt?
How did they say it again, Saeed, mate? How did they say it again?
Is that Gail Platt shouted at you, is it, mate?
I don't know who shouted at me, but you know what I mean? They were like, it's too old. It's too old. Listen.
That's definitely a bit of Gail Platt, that is, mate.
I don't know who Gail Platt, you know what I'm saying? Gail Platt shouted at me. I don't know who Gail Platt is. No, I don't watch that. Who's that?
No, Corey.
Yeah, fair play. You know what I mean? But like, oh man, you know what I mean? I called this guy in January, United go sign him for 20 million. Well, we've got him on a free, and enjoy it, man. Enjoy the Cavani show. He's not going to give us longevity. He's not going to be here for many years to come. But while he's here, let's enjoy him. And yeah, man, Edison Cavani, come on.
Top man, alien.
Yeah, Kino,
you met
mate.
my kid more than I have, mate.
Kino, it's been a very, very good few days for you, my friend, and just topped your weekend off nicely, mate. What a game, mate.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic weekend. I graduated from college Friday, and that was a momentous occasion in my life. And then to see Man United pull off a comeback like they did today, and Bruno Fernandes again showed up when it mattered the most, and Cavani as well. Like Cavani's come in, he's made kind of almost like nearly an RVP effect. He's that experienced striker. He's come in, he's clinical. His movement in the box is so intelligent, and it's great to see that we actually have a number 9 who ticks all the boxes. Do you know what I mean? It's been a while since we've had that, since Van Persie. And to see Cavani come in and do what he done today, and the fact we got one of, when we got him, me and you questioned the signing a couple of weeks back. But looking at it now, looking at the way he performed today, if he can do more of the same, then absolutely, look, we welcome him with open arms.
That's it, mate. It is. He's doing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think we were all in agreement. I think Cavani's signing got lost in the midst of what didn't happen for all of us. I think everyone was like, well, if you can get Cavani for free, if it frees up money to go and bring in what we really needed, then everyone was for it. The problem is we got stuck, didn't we? We got stuck in all the emotion of the transfer window. What we did know is we were getting an out-and-out striker, and the movement. My God, I mean, Vestergaard's head's still spinning, because when he came on, he didn't know which way to turn, go, or anything. Cavani was everywhere. Let's not forget, Cavani got the assist for Bruno's goal as well, which people are forgetting. He had an all-around. He had an all-round superb game, and you know what? I know he only played half a game, but I gave him my man of the match personally.
Yeah, me too.
I just thought the impact was just immense, mate. 2 goals, assist, and another one, guys. Did you see that rising salmon header that he arcs back and nearly hit top bins earlier on, just before his goals?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I've not seen hang time like that since Jordan. Man, he was in the air forever. The guy is immense. All you've got to do is cross the ball. We can actually cross the ball into the box now and know we've got someone who can win and scores a header. Get in there. Because Bruno put that ball in for the first one, but he anticipated it and was in the right place. And that's what matters as a striker. Getting into the game itself, though, guys. Owen, I'll come to you first, mate. I was doing my nut in the first half. Everyone who was watching along with me couldn't believe it. I got very emotional in that first half. I was an angry man. I was a very angry man. But I could... The only thing that Southampton do to us is set piece. Set piece. Ward-Prowse, game over. That's all they do. So what do? Give them set piece after set piece. And mate, Owen, first half, complete contrast, mate, because we'll come into certain player ratings in a minute, mate, but we needed a defensive display. And for me, the first half, it just seemed to be... It was that sort of stuck in the middle of controlling the game, but needing to score a goal. But the issue I had with it was we seemed to be, on set pieces especially, marking the wrong men. I mean, Rashford on his man, Wan-Bissaka on Vestergaard. You know what I mean? Jan Bednarek, like you said, on Rashford, mate. Tactics in the first half, all a little bit wrong for me.
No, it was an absolute joke. I seen Rashford marking Bednarek. Bednarek's what, 6'3", 6'4", massive Polish geezer. I don't know why Rashford's on him. You got Maguire in there. You should stick Maguire on him, or on Vestergaard. Cavani's mustard. We all know that one, mate. But
that's my line.
The tactic, the sort of crowding at the front post. They seemed to do that 3 or 4 times from corners.
Every time,
really well. Yeah,
every time, mate.
It worked really well. They got a goal out of it, and then Ward-Prowse with the second goal from a free kick. He scored to get a free kick against us at Old Trafford before. We know he's got that in his locker. I think that's 9 in the Premier League. He's level with Redknapp and Lampard, the commentator was saying. But it's like we just worked. We had a couple of chances as well. Greenwood ran the keeper. How he didn't score it, I don't know. And then as well with the second shot, chance as well. I think Bruno's unlucky there, but I think Greenwood should do better with his first opportunity, to be honest, because it's straight at McCarthy and he should be challenging the keeper a lot more with that. And I was more pissed off at the fact that we were 2-0 down when we had a couple of chances and really could have been home and dry at that point. That was, I think, why most of us would have been more pissed off. It wasn't like we'd been outplayed. they had just got 2 set pieces and done us from that. And the lad Gineppo, is he their fullback? He looked quality. I mean, when he came off, I was absolutely delighted. I couldn't believe he brought him off. And I mean, Shane Long, I loved him in 2016, but I don't think the fella scored for about 4 years. Like, he's just I mean, the poor bastard. He couldn't hit a barn door. He should have played. He should have stayed playing hurling for tip. Because at this rate, I don't think he's getting anything for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to mention how many games it's been again. We've done over that in the international break, guys. But seeing as though I've got my Irish clientele on with me today, we'll leave the internationals out of it. But, I mean, Mary, tactics for you in the first half, they seem to be right. We just didn't have that killer instinct in the first half, I don't think.
I thought we dominated them. We were so bright. We started and the passing in the midfield was really good. We were creating chances, just not clinical enough. Greenwood should have scored. Bruno should have scored. Bruno hit the post as well. It was their goals were totally against the run of play. And I was fuming, and I agree with Saeed. Actually, for 2 of the goals, I think De Gea should have done better on both of them, because he was flapping for the first one. I don't know where he was going. Either stay on your line or come and collect the ball. And the second one, a lot of people think I'm harsh, but that wasn't in the top bins. I mean, he was a bit slow and a bit stuck in his feet. I personally think he should have saved the second one.
Maybe positioning too far over to one side.
Yeah, his positioning, 100%. He should have done better. And I was relieved, actually, when he went off and Henderson came on, because De Gea was very, very dodgy. But I was fuming because we were miles the better side. The diamond was really good. We looked good going forward, passing. We dominated them. They literally had 2 set pieces and were 2-0 up. So I was livid in that first half.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Saeed, mate, overriding feeling from that first half was, how did that happen, mate?
Exactly. First half, mate, I don't know what's going on, but Southampton were more aggressive, 50-50, every single ball, I think they just wanted it more. They really, really wanted it more. And I just felt to myself, like Donny on the left, for me, looked a bit isolated over there. Rashford was terrible. And I still think he's had a terrible game, by the way. I know he's got the assist at the end.
Oh, mate, we'll get into them in a minute, don't worry.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just thought first half, everything just went wrong. And I know you could talk about hindsight. Should have got that goal. Bruno should have scored. Greenwood should have scored. That should have happened. But Southampton were just all over us. And I just thought to myself, second half, it surely has to change. And I thought to myself, imagine Cavani would have started from the start off. And the outlook from the kind of forward position would be, get the ball, get it to Cavani. You see how he did it in the second half? Straight into whoever's on the right side. Straight into Rashford. Quick. And then he gets into the ball quick. That's what you got to do. And we just had no outlet. Rashford was doing anything he wants. Greenwood wasn't playing well. You know what I mean? And I just thought to myself, something's got to change. And lo and behold, the change of the boots changed the game. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's doing with his boots here.
Imagine if he didn't score, the field day Roy Keane would have had with him if he didn't score.
Oh, mate. I mean,
changing the boots, man. What's he doing?
Keane, mate, start of that second half, I was like, we must be the only team to be 2-0 down and then start the second half with 10 men because someone's boots aren't the right size. I mean, we just had that horrible feeling about it, didn't we? But, man, he didn't score with his boots, but I'm glad he still had them ones on, mate, because they got him in them positions and ended up winning us that game.
Yeah, look, regardless of what pair of boots you have, look, he got the job done at the end of the day. You know what I mean? He could have been wearing the old Puma King boots, back in the 1990s. He could have been wearing them. It doesn't matter, we went out and we got the 3 points today. A few things I'd like to touch on, though, with regard to Southampton today, though. I think David De Gea's positioning could have been a lot better for the 2 goals. James Ward-Prowse, we all know he has a peach of a right foot, from a set piece delivery from corners and the free kicks. I think David De Gea, I agree with Mary, could have done a lot better with goals. Now, I think he picked up a knock today as well. So look, it'd be interesting to see kind of what happens to see if Dean Henderson starts against PSG. Does anyone know what happened with Alex Telles? Because I know Brandon Williams came on. Is Telles injured?
It didn't look like he was. It didn't look like he was in too much discomfort, but I think we'll hear more about that tomorrow, mate.
It looked like a
Yeah,
hamstring.
I'm concerned about that now coming into PSG, like, because I love Brandon Williams, like, I like the fact he's coming through, like, but
Neymar.
Brandon Williams against Neymar, yeah, man,
Yeah.
that could be a rough day at the office.
That is, it's groin, I think. Aiden's come out there, groin.
Yeah, that was definitely groin
injury.
because it's like the top of the.
Yeah, he was holding his sack coming off, so I think that says everything.
There's kids on it.
He'll be fine.
I did comment on it, but yeah.
It's normally me that's the one that normally needs to get beat out, not you, Ed.
hey, do you know what it's like when you set up a YouTube video and they've got that little icon at the bottom, not for kids? Click.
Yeah. None of that remote's business, eh?
Oh yeah. Say, put that thing away.
The remote. Oh god, I forgot about that one. Jesus.
Yeah, that remote, that was a disaster.
Oh man.
Right, so let's get into it. I mean, we're going to go through the players now. We might as well do a full-on ratings, how we saw things, because there's a lot of interesting performances out there today. And man, there is loads of opinions out there, especially on social media. So we'll get into it straight away, Side. We've got to start with you, mate, because you went off on De Gea. So
listen,
give De Gea ratings, mate. What are we giving him?
Tell me
why.
I'm giving him a 3.
Yeah.
I really am, man. And you know what it is, guys, yeah? And people will say it's a good free kick for Ward-Prowse. But my only issue is, did everyone see the free kick against Istanbul? What does he do? Why does he, for me, stand on the edge of the touchline? So say on the line here, he stands behind it. I'm like, you've got to stand in front of it and then make sure what he's doing is here. I don't know if you've seen it in the stream, but he wants to scoop the ball like this. Instead of doing that and you clear the ball out with your hand like that, he wants to do it like this. And I'm like, that only brings the ball in. So I don't know if he wants to try save it. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. But it's almost like you're bringing the ball in and then you've got not enough time to get out of your line and then punch it out. That's my only issue. And I'm just like to myself, he could have done better there. I know it's Ward-Prowse, a good free kick, but I'm just thinking, if he was a few yards to the right or he stepped in front of the line, maybe he would have done better. I just think against Istanbul, the warning signs were then. De Gea's never been a good free kick stopper. Never. Go watch all the free kicks here. He's hardly saved any. You know what I mean? It's more shot stopping, reflexes, that sort of stuff. But when the ball is in there, maybe I'm being harsh here, but I just look at it and I think, why is he so inside his box? Against Istanbul, he's almost like on the goalpost, like just coming out the goalpost. I'm like, get in front of the line and come out there, put it out there, and then you're good to go. I'm not sure, mate. I really am not sure, but I'm giving it a 3.
3, I mean, like you said, that over-the-top clearance looks great for the cameras, but, I mean, Owen, mate, how did you see the... I mean, I thought he went down like Dubois, mate. I think he went down without a fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mary was right there. I was agreeing with Mary there in terms of I was quite happy when Henderson came on. I think he's a bit more shored up, and I think he'll probably now... He made a couple of good stops in the second half, and I'm depending on De Gea's knock, he's probably going to start Wednesday against PSG, and then likely against West Ham on the weekend as well. So hopefully he does. But yeah, De Gea wasn't great. I wouldn't go as harsh as a 3, but to be honest, I'd probably say 4. It's not better than that. You can see 2 goals as a keeper. Your job is to keep the net free, and he didn't do that. And the free kick. I think, personally, I don't think it was as bad as Saeed thinks it is. It was a quality free kick from a quality player. So I'm a bit more lenient towards that. But the first goal as well, his positioning was bad. And obviously there is the Başakşehir game as well with that free kick. So
there you go.
It looked like he had gained his confidence back. But I don't know, maybe we need to sort of start weaning Henderson into starting our Premier League games now and being our number 1.
Possibly. I mean, 3s and 4s so far, Mary. Where did you see De Gea's performance today in them?
Yeah,
any different?
I give him a 4 because people in the comments saying it was a world class free. It was a good free kick, but How many times does Ward-Prowse do that? He should know that. If you're a keeper,
Every
you should
time.
be studying the set balls and the set pieces that players are going to do. You did the exact same against Istanbul. You made a mistake. You did get twice. For the first goal, he either stay on your line or come and collect that ball. He was in no man's land when Rashford missed it. So for me, he was at fault for both of the goals. I'm going to be harsh. He was, and I'm not sure how much of a knock he took. I think personally he wasn't up for it, and he just said, "Yeah, take me off."
Well,
and
see,
I was relieved. So yeah, I'm ready for Dean Henderson.
Yeah, Keno, mate. I mean, your take on De Gea, any different to the guys there? It's 2 4s and a 3 so far, mate. Anything different that you've seen in that game? I can't see it myself, but I'm sort of agreeing so far.
No. Yeah, like I agree with the majority here. Like I think I give him a 4. Like, look, his positioning for the free kick should have been better. He needs to be more like, I think David De Gea, like, one of his biggest flaws as a goalkeeper in terms of corners, he's not commanding. He never comes out of his box. And he's a fantastic shot stopper, but it's one of his biggest flaws. De Gea is at corners. He's not commanding, and teams always target him. And Southampton have done it now 3 times in 12 months. Do you know what I mean? So,
mate, gets me boils my piss, mate. It really does.
That's 3 times, and all he even said it in his 3 times in 12 months, and all he even said, like, in his pre-match interview, he said, like, one thing we've worked on in the Southampton games is set pieces. We've been done by set pieces. Today, that's not going to happen. And then we've seen it happen again, not only from a corner, but from a free kick. So you look at it in that perspective. I think Dean Henderson, I think it's time that he gets his chance, because not only he's a young up and coming goalkeeper, he's commanding his box. He's one thing that they hate, isn't it? And that's very vocal as a goalkeeper. Like, I watched the match with Dovek with the no kind of filter fan noise on, and you could hear him shouting throughout the game, and I love that in the goalkeeper. Like, in the past we had the likes of Schmeichel and we had the likes of Van der Sar, very commanding goalkeepers who would always open their mouth. And like, even when we look at our back 4, right, and our centre backs are suspect at times, but when you have like a good goalkeeper and you have a commanding goalkeeper behind you, that instills more confidence into your centre backs. Do you know what I mean? I think that in a nutshell, I think Dean Henderson, needs to get a chance in goal, because De Gea, like, as Mary said, there's times in the last kind of 2 years now where up for it. I don't know, is it since he got that 350 grand a week contract? I don't know, is it lack of motivation? I don't know. But we have a young 24-year-old, England's future number 1 goalkeeper there now, Dean Henderson. I think we have to move forward, and we have to kind of get him in there now, and let's see who he is on the big stage.
Yeah. Daniel Luciano in there. Cheers, Daniel, mate, for the super chat. Well, they definitely made it dramatic. How good it feel. Cavani's interplay and runs are amazing. All about managing him cleverly now. We'll get on to Cavani soon, because I'm feeling that's going to be one of the better points in this. But cheers for that, Daniel, mate. 100% agree with what you just said there, my friend. I think, all in all, guys, just a quick group sort of rating on Dean Henderson. I mean, like Keane said there, I just feel like came 2 early saves, solid, good on the ball, good passing the ball up from the back. I think for his second half performance, a steady 7 for me. I don't know about you guys.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
Completely agree. Yeah. He commanded his box very well and made them early saves.
Good. And that ball, when the ball was played back, or the ball was played through actually, and he was actually out of his line, out of his box, it was just like, a goalkeeper that comes off his line. I don't know what, I feel so much better about myself. But I said we were praising De Gea before the game, Saeed. Like I said, he just had a really bad day, and that's what you've got to put it down to.
I'm still David De Gea over Henderson. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still think David De Gea for me. I mean,
he's done all right. He's been good this season, but he had a bad day today, and that's what we're talking about. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, brilliant.
Move on. Let's go back to. Let's go left back, because we had the concern about the groin injury for Telles, so could possibly be out of the PSG game now. We've all raised concerns. Does it mean, with how concerned we are, that Telles is going to be out? Does that sort of say how well he is doing? I didn't think he was great today myself, mate. I thought it was a bit hit and miss.
He wasn't great today, but since he's started in the side, like the couple of games he has played, like against Başakşehir, when he started against PSG as well, he was brilliant. And I think we have got a future left back for the next 4 or 5 years in there. Like I haven't seen. Whenever I've seen Shaw perform, I don't see him as a title-winning left back at Man United.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Look, it's obviously way too early to judge, but I do see potential with Telles, whereas I don't see that with Shaw. I don't think he was great today at all. His crossing was a little bit off, which is one of the major parts of his game. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't spectacular in any sense of the word. So I'll probably give him a 6, to be honest. Yeah. I'd say
that sounds about right.
6 out of 10. Cheers for the super chat, Danny, mate. Zonal marking needs to do one. Nothing good comes from it. Man.
Yeah.
I hate zonal marking.
As a defender myself, I hate zonal marking.
Mate.
I can't stand it. I swear to God.
100%.
I can't stand it.
Mate.
Like man-to-man marking. Like, do you know what I mean? Go and take your man, win the ball. Simple as that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's too many. Like, in turn, like I hate quoting the man, but Jose Mourinho said it. There's too many poets in this game. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People try to overcomplicate things. It's best to simplify it, and that's United need to do, because like I don't get it sometimes, especially with the defenders we have. Like in terms like Lindelof and that. Like zonal marking. Are they smart enough to do that type of defending?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
so
it, Keane, mate.
I think we have to go back to the basics.
I mean, Keane, Daniel Luciano again, cheers, mate. How nice to have 2 top-class left-backs. I mean, top class, would you say Telles was top class today, Keane, mate?
I wouldn't say he was top class today, no. But, like, again, Alex Telles, as Owen said, like, since he's come in, he's shown what he's given to this team, like, in terms of his delivery, in terms of how progressive he is going forward. Like, I think it'll be a massive miss, because in the first game against PSG in Paris, he was very good in that left wing back role, and we might see Ali go to formation during the week. So I think like Alex Telles being out is going to be a miss, because Luke Shaw's like, I think he's only like kind of coming back into training, and like Brandon Williams, I think you'd be throwing him in at the deep end going in against PSG. It's a massive loss if he is out.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, so what score did you give Telles, Keane, mate?
I'd give Telles 6 out of 10.
Are you in agreement with that one side, mate?
Yeah, I reckon. To be fair, though, if he got the assist for Greenwood, we were talking about a different game, because Greenwood should have scored that. But I think, today, I think we were just awful at the back as a whole, and our system was just so bad in that first half. Second half, he came into it a bit more, but I think, sometimes, you have these away days where, you think everything's going rosy, and then you go to, traditional ground like Southampton, it's rough and tough, it's rough, it's going to be edgy. You don't see the best of any players. So I think tonight was a game where he realised how big it is in the Premier League and how tough it is. No matter what ground you go to, mate, it's going to be tough for you. So he probably realised it. So.
I'm older than that ground.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I'm older than it. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, but I think it comes in the fans, the atmosphere. I know where he's going with it in terms of the whole vibe around the place. Cause, I've been down to St Mary's. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst stadium in the world. It's just one of them.
It's a nice stadium. The area around.
Yeah, it's not the worst, is it? I mean, Mary, any different for you on Telles? It was just one of them games, wasn't it, today?
I was going to give him a 5, but I'll echo what the boy said. I give him a 6, yeah. He was only okay overall, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going with 6s for Telles. Well, the marks are going up, guys. That's a good sign. And then, here we go, centre-backs. Right, who am I starting with? Who's going to get this one? Beckenbauer, Saeed, go for it.
Oh, man.
Your boy, Saeed, what did he do today?
You know what it is, like...
You know what? To his defence, he did make a really good tackle in the second half, actually, when Southampton
were
breaking.
but he nearly cocked it up.
Yeah. A lot of people say they should have done better for the goal, Bendit. But like you said, we're playing the zonal marking. What was Rashford doing marking him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. So I don't think the goals came from the centre backs in terms of, you know what I mean? These were goals that were zonal marking A, the system, and B, David De Gea should have or could have saved it. I don't know, man. I'll probably give him a 6 again. I don't think it was great, but I don't think it was that bad. I'll probably give him a 6.
6. I mean,
See your man giving him a 2.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know what
That's a bit
he's
harsh,
doing.
mate.
2 there. I think that was just for Saeed, that 2 there. That's it. I mean, Mary,
Yeah.
I mean, Maguire today, captain. What do you reckon to Maguire's performance?
Decent. I did, especially in the second half. He was a lot better in the second half. I would give him a 6.5 because I thought he was a little bit better than Lindelof. Again, people like Saeed faulting him for the first goal, but that's tactical. That's on Ollie. They're marking their zones. If you put him on the man, then he probably would have been marking, one of the big bastard centre backs, but he wasn't because we're playing zonal, so it's not. That's not on
Couldn't think of the
him.
name.
Neither of the
Bastards.
goals. Neither of their goals were his fault, and I thought he was decent, especially in the second half. He was solid. 6.5 for me.
Yeah, the halves are coming in now. Do give the video a like, people, if you get the chance. Get that share button. Let's get a few more opinions in. I want to see as many marks as possible. I mean, Owen, mate, Harry Maguire, a.k.a. Beckenbauer. Was it Beckenbauer-esque today for you?
I mean, you were on about that challenge there. I was saying he was very lucky. I thought he cocked it up. I haven't watched it back in close up, but it looked like he got lucky there, to be honest, with the way the ball fell. It wasn't Beckenbauer-esque, but it was solid enough in the second half. I probably agree with the guys. I'll say 6. I went to give a 6 because wasn't anything spectacular.
Someone's got severe feedback going on their headsets.
Oh,
no, it's gone. That's better. I wonder who that was then.
is it me or?
I don't know. I think we're all right now, so let's move on.
Right,
Anyway,
he's taking
just
over the studio.
comment there from member Aiden. Would have played Gunnarsauras ahead of Maguire today. So that's what a lot of people are seeing. So many opinions. This is why it's good to get it out, because so many people see it so differently. Alien, God, no, sorry, mate. Daniel Luciano. I think the thing is we're having to compare our centre backs in terms of who did better and not really clearly see a wonderful performance like Axel at PSG. I mean, yeah, mate. I mean, he may get his chance. Yeah, it depends how well he sort of deals with the system and the issue that we have with Telles and Luke Shaw being out. So how he's going to do it, I don't know. He's never been afraid to. Saeed's gone now. He's never been afraid to mix it up in terms of playing the centre back like Tunzabe in at left back. So, I mean, Keane, mate, I'll come to you on Maguire. I mean, no frills, not so many spills. Is it one of them? Just an average day at the office? Did what he had to? Oh, Keane, you're muted. I think
Is he muted?
Yourself.
Keane.
Unmute yourself, mate. We love that lovely tone of your voice, Keane. Can you unmute? There he is. Go for it, Keane.
Am I back?
He's back.
There we go, mate.
Yeah, it's like so like it was an average day at the office from Maguire. Like, look, I'm not going to heavily criticise him. He didn't do too much wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them things where Maguire is a player who comes in for a lot of criticism, and like I'll hold my hands up, and I've criticised Maguire in the past, but look, he did well today. And you know, when he was needed, though, he did make interceptions. So I would give Maguire 6.
6 for Maguire. I mean, any different for Lindelof, really, guys? I mean, Keane, I'll come straight to you actually for Lindelof, mate. Did he do any better than Maguire, or was he as culpable for the mishaps, like the lads and Mary said?
Yeah.
Zonal marking.
Yeah, like, look,
Deflate weren't all at fault for the goals.
Yeah, like, look, Lindelof again. Like, I think Maguire is just a bit more assured than what Lindelof was today. I think Lindelof did get pulled out of position quite a few times today as well. So, like, for me, I think Maguire is probably slightly more solid than Lindelof today. I probably would give Lindelof a 5. Now, look, he's actually been a player who's actually played quite well recently. You know, he's actually flew under the radar since kind of the Tottenham games. You know, he's actually put in quite a few solid performances. But yeah, look, it remains to be seen kind of how Lindelof plays now on this week in the Champions League against PSG, because obviously Axel was out and he was a very integral part of that defence that beat PSG in the first game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lindelof-Maguire partnership fares against the pace of PSG.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else we got. Who am I going into there now? Say, did you say on Maguire on Lindelof? Sorry, mate. I don't. think you
Lindelof,
did,
I'll
did
probably
you?
give it a 6 as well. I got to give both the same.
In
6
the
to
end,
the
to be
both of
honest,
them.
in the end, the second half kind of overshadowed any sort of critique or anything because we was that dominant. I think. I mean, Southampton had the early 2 shots in the second half, and that was it. So, I mean, you can't really say anything else. I mean, Wan-Bissaka, Saeed, mate, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
how's he doing? He's for me,
First
he's a bit
half,
hit
not
and
good.
miss, isn't he?
Yeah, first half not good at all. What's it called, Gineppo, mate? I don't.
Yeah,
you
he had
know,
him,
with
didn't
Wan-Bissaka, he relishes on like people that are direct. So when they come up to the byline and they go straight, if they're left-footed, they go straight on the left. If they're right-footed, they go straight on the right. He relishes that because he can time tackle very well. But Gineppo, he was playing unbelievable that first half. You know what I mean? He was taking him inside out, you know what I mean? Chopping and changing, you know what I mean? And I thought he did well. But second half, I thought he changed it a bit. I thought he got forward more adventurous, you know what I mean? I thought he kind of gives an outlet on that right-hand side. Yeah, man, I think the tale of two halves. Again, I would probably go for a 6 as well. 6 or 5, but I was giving it a 6 because the second half was a bit better.
Imran, in terms of me, I know I played centre-back. How I would set this defence up with is I would get into their heads and tell them to play better, mate. Simple as. They're massively underperforming at the moment. I mean, we know Maguire has got more. We just can't get it out of him. And you know what? You look at the whole back line all being out of form at the same time, and that is a massive problem. Because not one of them is having a good season for me so far. I'm not even going to bring Tellez into it because he's only played a few games, but not one of them is playing to their ability at all in our back line. That is a problem that all of them are having the same bad spell at the same time. So there's not much we can do at the moment, I don't think, with it. But I mean, Bissaka for you, Mary. One of them games again.
Yeah. He was not good today, not good at all. Gineppo, absolutely. He made Gineppo look like prime Ronaldinho, I swear to God. I was just wondering what was going on. And usually 1v1s, like Saeed said, he's brilliant. He was out of position constantly in this game, Wan-Bissaka. It was not good. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. It was one of his worst this season, I think.
I can't complain with that, to be fair. Yeah.
Keane, I'll go to Owen as Keane just disappeared. Wan-Bissaka, Spider-Man's not had a good start to the season, Owen, mate.
No, I'd say probably the PSG game was probably the highlight of his performances so far this season. He's not looked at the races, to be honest, and today was no different. He just didn't look up to it. As you said, Mary, Gineppo, he looked like prime Ronaldinho. He was tearing him inside out. He just, Gineppo, I hadn't really seen much of him until today, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant. As I said before, I was delighted when he came off. He was just giving Wan-Bissaka an absolute torrid time down that left-hand side. And I think, I'd say a 4 for Wan-Bissaka is probably a fair reflection of his game today.
Yeah, I mean, you say the PSG game, interesting there, mate, that was the 3 at the back setup that we had, because Luke Shaw prefers that, Lindelof prefers that, and Wan-Bissaka prefers that, strangely. I mean, Ollie, I think, is being a little bit more ruthless in terms of his formation, sticking with the 4 at the back. I think the 4 at the back benefits us having a few more quality players on the pitch, because I don't think our defenders are good enough, but we have got good midfielders and forward players. I mean, Keane, mate, Spider-Man for you today. One of them seems to be, like Keane said, he's better with
I think look for you
back
again,
5, back 3, but doesn't seem to be doing well in the 4 this season, mate.
Yeah, look, I think Wan-Bissaka today was really kind of a tale of two halves. I think in the first half, to be honest, he got tore asunder. The Southampton did have his number in that first half. Second half, he was slightly better, though. He was a bit more progressive. He got forward a few times. He actually whipped in a good cross, which actually I was quite shocked about. I mean, it's very rare you see Wan-Bissaka actually whip in a feature of a ball.
I was
happy to see that.
Was that Cavani rolls like a salmon one?
Cavani,
Yeah.
If that had gone in, that would have been
that
elite.
I hadn't seen that since Sparker. I'm not going to lie. I've not seen that sort of header since Sparker. And them balls were like concrete. So, you know what I mean? That was unbelievable. I mean, Keane, what are you giving Wan-Bissaka today, mate?
I'm going to give Wan-Bissaka a 5. I think, look, the first half he wasn't great. Joe, he did kind of flatter to deceive. He was getting tore asunder. But again, in the second half, he was slightly more progressive. Though he got forward a couple of times, and he did whip in a good ball for Cavani. On the basis of that, I'm just going to give him a 5. But look, we know Wan-Bissaka, when we're up against a big team, we're up against PSG, he'll be up for next week. Like, he'll be up for, and he's going to pocket Neymar and Mbappe again. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Hopefully. Moving into midfield now. Interesting, because I had an issue with Fred. We'll go to Fred first. I was ready for lynching him after that tackle he made, that pointless tackle. He didn't need to do it, and he did it. And I said it in the commentary at the time. I just went, "Why? You just setting them up, and then bang, in it goes." Ward-Prowse does what Ward-Prowse does against United. We just don't give fouls away on the edge of the box, needless ones. When a man's going nowhere, that's the petulant side of Fred that he needs to curb. But then for me, I thought Fred, second half, was superb. I really did. I was impressed with Fred in the second half. I thought he was composed, his touch on the ball, the way he carried the ball forward. I just think Fred redeemed himself completely in the second half. I mean, Mary, Fred, for you today, I thought was another decent second half performance. I think it totally overshadowed the first half, and I'm going to go off that really for my mark for Fred. I think second half did it for me.
I absolutely love Fred. He is one of the first names on the team sheet for me. I absolutely love his tenacity, his energy, his drive in there, his willingness to press and get in people's faces, the way he breaks up the play in there. Him, Bruno and Donny have to be our midfield three. And overall, I would have given him an 8 only for the first half. He wasn't great. So 7 overall because he was magnificent in that second half.
Yeah, 7. 100% Mary, definitely. I mean, Owen, mate, Fred today. Is Owen muted?
You're mute.
Sorry, lads. Sorry. I think he's probably been our most consistent midfielder, I'd say, over the last sort of year or so. I think he's been... Today, he wasn't his best performance, especially in the first half. You mentioned that foul given away, for the free kick, which Ward-Prowse eventually stuck away. He did give the ball away a lot. Well, I think in terms of, we lost possession in the midfield quite a lot today. Everyone did. I don't think we can just blame Fred for that. But it wasn't a vintage performance from him, but he wasn't awful. And I do agree with Mary in the sense that I think our midfield three should be Donny, Fred and Bruno. I think that's our best midfield three going forward. For the rest of the season, and that will
absolutely
benefit us. So
people laughed when I said that.
I'd probably give him a 6 overall. I'd say
6.
Oh my God,
Saeed, mate.
1 little Wolves.
1 new Wolves.
Is it?
Oops.
Yep.
Arsenal. The Spanish Pulis is at it again.
Tony. We've nicknamed him Tony Paella. He's called Tony Paella now. That's what we've nicknamed him.
I went on a serious rant of Arteta on Friday. My God.
Oh man!
Yeah, have a look on my channel for that if you want to see.
Right, let's not even. I'm not even going to give him the airtime, guys. I'm not even giving him the airtime because they don't even deserve to be in the same sentence as us. Wow. I mean, Said, mate, let's get on to Pasta. What do you reckon today, mate?
I think first half I thought it was kamikaze, mate. You know what I mean? At times.
Good word. Good explanation.
Yeah, mate. It was all over the place. Second half, he really got into his stride. I think just the fact that Cavani came on, they had an outlet. I think Rashford and Greenwood, as much as they're talented, they cannot hold the ball for you, and then it just, it transpires onto the pitch and it transpires onto the players.
There's one for you there, Saeed, mate, in the comments.
Wow. That's crazy.
Zane's going to be doing his nut right now.
Exactly, mate. You know what I mean? And I just feel like second half he grew into it, and I would probably give him a 6, 7. Yeah, probably give him give him a 7 on the balance of play. Yeah. On the balance of the win and whatnot. The feel-good factor, we'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with 7 as well for Fred. Keane, Pastor Fred, was he the man in the second half? Give you a decent enough mark after that first half?
Yeah, look, that first half, that felt I think I can forgive him for that foul after that second half performance. Again, Fred, like, I love his tenacity in midfield. Like, he gets about, he gets himself about, gets in players' faces, and he does try to get on the ball as well and try to get things ticking as well. Like, I think he can actually mold into this defensive midfield role. Obviously you have Bruno, you have Donny more advanced, but I think Fred can actually get into like a good number 6. I think he can play very well there. He can develop in that role. Like, we do have Michael Carrick there, who's at the club, who played in that position all his career. If he can learn from someone like Michael Carrick to maybe learn to play the ins and outs of the number 6 role, I think Fred could do a fantastic job there. Because like Matic does well, but he doesn't have the legs anymore. Do you know what I mean? So if Fred can actually adapt and actually learn that number 6 role down to a T, we would save money in the market, because it's one thing Man United are crying out for at the moment is a class holding midfielder. Because if we get a great holding midfield there, the two boys, Donny and Bruno, like, they'll have all the freedom in the world to go forward. And we all see how devastating they are. I think if Fred can develop in that role, we have a fantastic player in our hands. For me, he gets a 7 out of 10 today.
Yeah,
Gabriel,
Arsenal have equalised. Never mind. Draw will do us. It stops Wolves going ahead of us anyway. Anyway, that game's a non-entity. Yeah. Moving on, guys. Man like Matic, I'm here, ready for your critique, whatever you want to do and throw at me. I was concerned about Matic today. Before the game, he was one of my players who I earmarked for needing a big game. Fits and starts, because it was a lovely move at the start of the game that him and Donny van der Beek did down our left-hand side, which I thought was class. I really did. There were moments where he wasn't as good, but then I'm thinking he hasn't played for a while. I mean, he's in and out of the team at the moment, but I don't know. I mean, Saeed, Matic, for you today, I think it was just average game.
Not for me. I think in first half he got bullied. I think first 20 minutes he started all right. I'll give it to him. He started getting the ball. Him and Donny started playing it a bit more. But then as soon as we were on the back front, he just almost collapsed. He just almost like, I don't know what happened there, but it's like the game got to him, and just the speed of the game got to him, and I'm like, that's when you know what I mean. It's his legs are gone. You know what I mean? He just couldn't keep up with the game. They were at it. They would go through our midfield. It was like there was no midfield there, wide open settings. You know what I mean? And I just thought to myself, nah, man. And then second half, he kind of just got back into his position and just he looked a bit more solid in there, because we were chasing the game. So we only needed him to sit and Fred could bomb forward. But overall, I'm giving him a 5, mate. I really am giving him a 5.
Strong 4, 5s. I mean, Owen, mate, Matic today for you, flat to deceive?
Look, I think he's just a bit slow, and I think someone's saying he's our best out-and-out centre defensive mid there in the comments. I don't think that's a showing of Matic's talent. I think that's just a showing of our lack of defensive midfielders at the club. I just don't think I just think he's too slow. I think he had a bit of a renaissance towards the end of last season. I think he's still got a few good games in us. I think as a squad player, he does add. He adds something in terms of being in the dressing room. He's won a lot, but I don't think he should be a regular fixture in the squad. I wasn't a big fan of looking at the 4-4-2 diamond formation today. Didn't think it suited us, but look, obviously it worked out in the end. But yeah, I'd say probably a 4 or a 5 for Matt. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 5.
5.
Match.
Mary for Matic.
4. I thought he was poor. Honest to God. Like my standards is Roy Keane, and you have Nemanja Matic stinking out the place, can't cover the ground, getting bullied, so slow covering the ground. He's supposed to be the defensive midfielder. He can't do it out here. If you're getting done by Southampton's midfield, come on. Personally, I disagree with the comment that said he's our best DM. This is how bad he is. McTominay is our best DM, and I don't even rate McTominay, but he's done a far better job this season than Matic. He has legs for one anyway. He can run. So for me, Matic needs to be phased out. Absolutely, we should smash the budget and go for a defensive midfielder either in January or the summer, because I would sell Matic personally in the summer.
Who's going to buy Matic though? That's the problem.
No one's going to buy Matic now.
Actually, Conte might.
Yeah, or Mourinho. You know what I mean, yo?
Nah, Conte's taken the Premier League retirement home out there. Matteo Darmian, Ashley Young.
He can have him.
He
I'll
just
tell you
loves
what.
it.
I'll tell you where he'd fit in. Istanbul Başakşehir. They're like a retirement home, aren't they, for the Premier League? So
That was like,
I mean,
they're like the Premier League 2013 tribute act. That's what they're literally like. It's like watching Premier League years in 2013, like Demba Ba, Raphael, like the whole lot. Like
They had Robinho, Adebayor, Clichy. Like they had like.
Until they obviously.
that's it. I mean,
They're
Keane,
not a
what you giving
mercenary.
Matic today, mate?
I thought he was bang average. You've seen how his legs are gone, and you can see like he lacks match sharpness. He really does. And I think like look, I think it was ridiculous that he got a 3-year contract recently. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. It just shows again how clueless our board are in terms of long-term planning. In that respect, but. Again, like I echo everything Mary said, like he's lethargic on the ball. He doesn't get about. Like at the end of the day, I think the man you manage, he's finished. I think he needs to go. Simple as that. And I'm gonna give him a very generous.
Keane, mate, are you going for a fucking wind tunnel with that mic?
I
Jesus
know,
Christ.
mate. Bloody hell. I think you might need to. Have you got like? Is it wired up or somewhere?
Oh man, Keane's having a mare with his
Check the
mic.
back of the mic.
Fucking hell.
Right, I'm gonna just mute Keane because I think Keane's the one. Hang on, let me just see. Keane, speak now, mate. Oh, there's no mic connected now, so I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Lad?
Oh my days.
I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
I can hear you now, lad.
That's
I
better.
thought it was outside in the.
Yeah, like I was just saying there before I ran into some technical difficulties there. The Man United is finished.
All right,
All
just
right.
Humphreys with your
All right.
technical difficulties there, bro.
Right, this is that's it. That's the midfield.
It's like being down
done.
the canal,
Well,
lad. Remember the canal?
oh, I
Old
know,
Trafford
mate. I know.
Oh my god, mate.
Oh god. Right. Anyway, let's get into this forward line. I'm going to call it the forward line. I'm going to start with Bruno Fernandes. I mean, for me, Bruno didn't have his best game, but again, assist, goal. He does what Bruno does. When he's bad, he still produces. So for me, I'm going to give Bruno. I think Bruno's hovering around the 6 and 7 mark for me today. I think that's his
I'll give him
average.
7.
Yeah, that's his average when he's bad. So, I mean, God, when he's good, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But I think, Keane, mate, Bruno today.
Again, for me, Bruno Fernandes gets 7 out of 10. Again, look, even when he has an average performance, the man still contributes. Do you know what I mean? He's a fantastic footballer, and like for me, he's just one of the main leaders in the team. Even it's not a penalty again today. He got to go another goal from open play. So all this penalty propaganda, I know I boil a lot of piss online with these penalties, but at the end of the day, all you rival fans, you need to sit down. At the end of the day, you all wish you had Bruno Fernandes in the team. Do you know what I mean? He gets into any midfield in the Premier League right now. He's top quality. And people who are calling him a penalty merchant and people who say he doesn't have quality, sit down. That's all I say. Bruno Fernandes,
Keane
bang on.
Touched on it.
Fantastic
Keane
footballer.
touched on it. And like you said there, any team would have Bruno Fernandes. Any team would love a midfielder who's bagged 11 goals this season. And 6 of them are from open play. So anyone would love a midfielder who's bagged 6 goals from open play, not a quarter of the way through the season. So Keane's right, sit your asses down, because he would fit into any team in the world, and anyone would buy him for over 100
Most goals in
million right
Europe
now.
since he started, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how many assists has he got as well? What is he on, like?
Ridiculous,
is it 4 or 5 now? Is it well?
Yeah.
21 in
I think
all competition. 21 in all assists coming. I think it's 21. I think.
Yeah.
But I think this season he's got like 16, 17 goal involvements. That's a piss take how good he is.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Said, mate, for you, is it
I
a
just
7
love his
again?
mentality as well. He doesn't accept any low standards.
That's
He's
it.
just his mentality is top notch.
Leadership.
I love it.
That's what drags him through a lot of the time, Said, mate. Is that why you were giving him a 7 as well, was it?
Listen, Bruno, man, you know what I mean? It's just that guy, innit? And I just feel like today, I'm not gonna lie to you, that he did a lot of flicks and tricks, and I was like,
he didn't need to.
He didn't need to do that. Keep the game simple, and you see the best of Bruno. And I understand a lot of people will say, you know what I mean? Well, it's still providing, but the goal cost us, mate. He did I don't know if he did was it a flick or something? But he tried to do something, and then they subsequently got the corner, and then they scored from the corner. But listen, you can't deny the quality, mate. You know what I mean? That's why you got to keep him on the pitch. Week in, week out, he's a starter. But it just goes to show that you can play him, Bruno and Fred. A lot of people are telling me, but, I'm going to bring the voice back, but you can't fit them in. You can't fit them in. You know what I mean? Like, you can fit them in. Quality shines, guys. So, yeah. Man. Brilliant second half performance. Brilliant.
What? Who is this voice? I'm confused.
Listen, mate, it's one of them. Do you know who I think he's getting? Do you know who I think he's getting mixed up with? I think it's. Do you remember Barbara? Babs, I miss Babs.
No,
Babs,
you can't. Yeah, we can't say a bad word about Babs.
No, it's not Barbara.
I know you watch a few of the shows, Barbara. I'd love to get you on one of the comments or something at some point. I've not heard from you from a while. I hope you well anyway, if you are watching, Barbara. Hello, is my man. I can never say the name right. Lebu, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Why do Bailly and Tunesby look better with Lindelof by their side than when playing with Maguire? Saeed, Adam, best man ever.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Wow, best man ever. That's a touch, that.
That's it, man. I did speak to him in... He did credit to come on and was honest with us. He was the guy who said he has been struggling mentally, and the YouTube videos have kept him going. He did message me on. He did DM me as well, so we had a bit of a convo in the DM as well. So yeah, good on you, mate, and stay strong, my man. United will pull you through. I'm telling you, keep the faith. Red flag is flying high. Well, ish, I'd say 7th. Ish.
7.
Mary, Bruno, hit me with it. Go on, Mary.
I'm going to give him an 8 just for the haters because he, his passing.
I love it, Mary. Damn, come on.
Boil the piss, Mary. Boil the piss.
Come on. 25 goal contributions in the Premier League, more than any other player in the Premier League since he signed. Your player could never. And last time I checked, penalties counted as goals. Frank Lampard scored them, Alan Shearer scored them, Harry Kane scores them, and no one talks about how many penalties they get. Penalties are part of the game. They count as goals. He has 5 non-penalty goals in his last 3 games. Sit down, shut up. His mentality is unbelievable. Our leader out there, and he was driving those.
Educate the masses, Mary.
His head never dropped.
Yes,
Him,
Mary.
Bruno and Cavani were our leaders out there today, and if we didn't have Bruno, we wouldn't have won that game because he was the one out there that wasn't accepting us losing today. So shout out to Bruno, who gets an 8 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10. Owen, finish it up, mate.
Mate, you don't mess with the court women in there. You've got to agree with them. It's an 8 out of 10. Mary's all over it. She's bang on. Bruno was unbelievable today. As you said.
Oh, goal. Hold on.
Let's not talk about them.
Yes.
Red Half of North London. Fuck them. Let's talk about Bruno. Bruno, unreal today, man. And goal and assist. You said it weren't his best game, but still a goal and assist, and he was brilliant. He tried doing a bit of fancy stuff, and it didn't come off. But if it does, he's even more amazing. So for me, an 8 out of 10. He was absolutely unreal today, getting a goal and an assist. He is carrying us through. I dread to think where the fuck we would be if we didn't sign him last January. I dread to think it.
Yeah, Ollie won't be in a job, I don't think.
Ollie wouldn't be in a job, and I'd be clutching a bottle of Jameson crying right now, I'd say.
Okay, Bruno is done. Bruno is top marks at the moment. Well, he's leading the way at the moment. I think that may change when we move into the next section. But before we get into the obvious, I'm going to hit up on Marcus Rashford. Bit of a problem for me at the moment. Everyone knows exactly what I think about Marcus Rashford and the potential that he's got. But this is where I think Ollie comes down, because it's quite clear that Marcus Rashford needs just leaving out of the team. He needs a rest. He needs dropping. He needs putting on the bench. He needs to be able to look at the game from the outside, because he will see things in the game than when he'll see it differently than when he's on the pitch. Because when he's on the pitch, I mean, he was better on the right hand side against Başakşehir, I'll say that.
Mary's having a nightmare there.
Mary's just going off. Mary, sort it out, Mary. Come on. She's drank that much gin.
Adam, at least stop looking for fouls, mate. It's starting to piss me off now when he's looking for all his fouls, because I don't know if it's I don't know what he did, but there was a moment where he could have went on the left hand side and shot it with his left. So imagine, you got the ball, You can take him to the left and you probably score. But he went into like about 4 people and was looking for the penalty. And I'm just like, it's got to stop that, because when the referee finds out and the refs find out and they get on him, the yellow cards will be coming, mate. The yellow cards will be coming. So he's got to put that out of his game, mate. He really has. But apart from that, mate, first half, I thought, look, clueless, mate. I really did. You know what I mean? Out of the game. Second half, the intelligence of Cavani to tell him, listen, when he gets the ball, you run into the space and go into that. He looked a bit better. But when he's saying that, though, he should have squared it to Cavani for the goal. I don't know what he was doing. He tried to scuff the shot. He got the assist in the end. But when you look at it for me, I just think that he's lacking. His overall play is not good at the minute. It really isn't good at the minute. And for that reason, I'm going to give him a 6. And just gets that because of the assist. He really does. If it wasn't for that, mate, I'd be looking at 4s and 5s, mate. I really would.
Right. I mean, Keane, mate, Rashford for you today.
Yeah, I think, look, this is one of Marcus Rashford's poor performances today. I think this season he's been slightly inconsistent, but I find that it's down to the injuries he's carrying. Like he seems to be playing through injury at the moment. Like he is carrying a couple of knocks. Some games he's hot, some games he's cold, and I think Marcus, as you said, like he needs a rest. He needs some time out of the team. We have plenty of options here up front. Like we have the likes of Greenwood, Martial, Cavani. Like I think we can afford to probably rest Marcus at this point. Do you know what I mean? Give him a game or two off. So try to recharge the batteries and come again. You know, for me, Marcus will get a 5 out of 10 today for me. But look, we're playing PSG next. You know what happens when Marcus Rashford plays PSG. You know what's coming next.
That's it.
The king of
Paris.
Paris.
That is it. I mean, Owen, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare, but I do agree with Saeed completely on this. I'd say a 6 out of 10.
A rare win.
A rare. Yeah. I mean, whatever we want to describe it as, I'd say, I think the assist takes him up to a 6, just simply because of how crucial it was in the game. But he was poor today. I think he's been pretty poor all season. He's, obviously with the hat-trick against Leipzig, that was obviously the highlight so far, and the late winner against PSG. But he's not lived up to it in the league this season. Maybe he's lacking confidence. Keane saying about injuries there. Maybe he's not at 100%. He doesn't look like he is. And I don't know. I just hope he gets back to the way he was, that period just before lockdown, where just before he picked up that knock, where he was, he just couldn't be stopped. He was scoring for fun. He was, he was hitting the back of the net every time he touched the ball. And hopefully we see him return to that. But I think he needs a couple of games out, really and truly. I think he needs a rest. I think Ollie does have his favourites, so I don't think he will be dropped. But I think he needs a couple of games rest. But yeah, I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for today.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I mean, Mary, do you agree with the guys on Rashford's performance today?
I think you're generous. I mean, he's my favourite player, Rashford, but he was diabolical today. I mean, honest to God, that chance, he should have squared it to Cavani. If you're not going to square it to Cavani, then you put it in the back of the net. It's as simple as that. He didn't. He was so poor. He was brain dead in that first half. He honestly was. I give him a 4 because, and I do agree, he needs dropping. There's no passengers in this. In this should be none in this team. If you're not performing, and he's my favourite player, but it doesn't matter if you're not performing. You sit on the bench. It's as simple as I would play Greenwood actually personally in the next game on the left wing over him, because it's just not happening for Marcus at the minute, right? Yeah. So he needs to be sat out.
Yeah, to speed things along, I'm just going to get into Greenwood, seeing as though you touched on him there, Mary. I mean, didn't really get given a chance. To be honest, I thought Greenwood was the one who should have stayed on and Rashford come off.
Yeah, exactly. I said that as well.
That's what I thought should have happened. Yeah, I think Greenwood did get a bit gun happy when he went through on goal. I thought he could have easily just placed it either side of Martial. But, I mean, I give Greenwood a 5. I don't know, you guys, you're pretty much all in sort of sync with that.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
He had half a game, had his one chance, but I saved the best 2 till last, you see. You see where I'm going with it. We're going to finish with a high. First of all, the man. We freed him. He's on the pitch, and you know what? I said it. Donny van de Beek, if Martial wasn't sick last night, probably doesn't get on that starting lineup with Ollie. I don't think he would have started. And this is the problem we've got with Rashford, because he has to play Rashford and Martial whenever they're fit. And Donny probably wouldn't have played. For me, Donny van de Beek, He's in the 9 territory for me today, definitely. Some people will say more, giving him full marks, because I didn't see him do anything wrong. His tackling, his tenacity, his carrying of the ball, his intelligence. Dear God. I mean, who am I going to pick first? Mary, take away Donny.
He was unbelievable. He was everywhere. The way I call him, I go between either a composer or a maestro, because the way he links the defence and the midfield and the attack, and the way he tells Fred where to go, he orchestrates them. The way he protects the back four with his intelligence, he can play anywhere across the middle of that midfield. He's so neat and tidy and intricate on the ball. He likes to get stuck in as well, which I really, really like. Like, I mean, let's get it right now. Today, Southampton were dirty fuckers in this game. They really, really were smashing into our players. Yeah. But I liked that he didn't actually shy away from any tackles, and I'm definitely giving him a 9, because he just gets better and better, and he has to play. Him, Fred, Bruno, I don't care about the rest of the team. The 3 of them better be the first 3 names on the team sheet.
Definitely. Owen, mate, Donny van der Beek today. Superb for me.
I think Mary hit the nail on the head there. The head composer of the midfield. He just made everything click, and he was fucking brilliant today. He was winning every challenge, and I think we're all just scratching our heads as to why he hasn't played every fucking game this season. I think that's the only reason we're a bit annoyed. He should have been starting. He should be starting every game now, and as Mary said, there every game. First name on the team sheet, 100%. And he probably put something in Martial's food. He probably put a laxative in his dinner last night. He knew he was going to get a game then, and thank fuck he did, because he was. I would give him man of the match, but Cavani was too good, so I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, Don, great show, guys. Do you remember, Adam, after the PSG game, I said to you that if Ollie can stop his favouritism, he may just survive at Old Trafford. Rashford, oh my God. We'll get into Ollie's performance as well, Don, in a minute, mate. But I do hear what you're saying with that. And I do remember your comment on that night, actually, as well. Keen, mate, get into Donny for me, mate. Just tell me how much we've missed a player like this season so far. And since he's played and started games, there's been a very, very vast difference in terms of performance.
Like, #free Donny is trending. He's freed. He's out of prison. He's loving life. He's freed
on Tom Petty, mate. Trust me.
He's free, mate. 4 weeks in a row.
He's been unleashed onto the world, onto the Premier League now, and you see like how intelligent Donny van der Beek is. He's a fantastic footballer, such a great player, and he's so intelligent on the ball in terms of his 1-2 passing, in terms of his chance creation. He's brilliant. And the thing about it is, we're seeing now what we're missing in the last kind of couple of years in terms of a player who can turn a game on its head and who can actually take the game by the scruff of the neck and actually go and take the game to teams. And Donny proved that today. He's so intelligent. He's after making himself undroppable. I think today, after that performance, he's after making himself undroppable. I don't see how any other midfielder in that team comes in, takes his place after a performance like that today. Him and Bruno showed the relationship they're starting to develop in midfield in the last three or so games they've played with each other. That this is a partnership going forward that Man United can do. And as Mary said, that midfield three of Fred, Bruno and Donny, that's undroppable at the moment. I don't see, I love Paul Pogba, but he does not come back into that midfield. He doesn't.
I agree with what Carey says there as well. I do think there's better to come from him as well, 100%. I mean, Said, 100%. And Said, sorry, Keane, go on, just finish up, mate.
Yeah.
And just to give my rating on him, because I'm only giving one player 10 tonight, I'm going to give him a 9.5, just because you know the man that's coming next.
That's it. Yes. I can't disagree. So we can move on with that one. I can't disagree with everyone what they said. I'll give him a 9 again. Donny Masterclass again.
Okay, it's time to wax the proverbial lyrical, because El Matador is up. 10. That second half performance was one of the best centre forward performances I've seen in a long time.
Van
and
Persie,
I say centre forward, yes. Van Persie-esque. He could grab a game by the scruff of the neck and win it for you. Man, we've needed that. We've missed that. and we have now got it. We need to keep this guy fit. And whether that means playing him more or not, I don't know. He looks like he's fit as anything. He's ready to rock. I mean, Said, mate, take it away. El Matador. Everyone see my celebration. Mate. Awesome.
El Matador, mate. I called him, mate. I said it, man. January, I think it was the 5th, 2020, the start of the year. Honestly, I said, Cavani's available for 20 million. Go get him. And there was a lad that I said I brought on my channel. He does a lot of stuff for PSG and French football. And he said to me, "You're gonna love Cavani. You really are gonna love him. You might miss a few chances here, but he's a brilliant, brilliant player." And he said to me, "He's been my best player for the last 20 odd years for PSG. A lot of players have played for PSG in that time. Ronaldinho, George Weah, you know what I mean? All them players that they play for PSG." He goes, single-handedly, he's my best player. And I said to him, wow, that's a big shout, that. And I can understand why, mate. He could be a fan's favourite. You know what I mean? We've had strikers under the years that have come in.
Could be. We already love him, mate. What are you on about?
You know what I mean? I love him, but there's a lot of fan base out there that wanted Josh King. You know what I mean? As a striker, mate. You know what I mean? But we'll leave it to another one. You know what I mean?
Never spoken too much week, mate. Anyone that wanted Josh King at Man United is high as a kite.
There's a lot of people that wanted Josh King at United, mate. It's crazy.
Top comment from Bernie there. Even Phil Jones can't head the ball that low on the pitch.
Where is Phil? I wonder where he is. Is he just...
He's gone, mate.
Chilling?
He's a mascot, man.
Netflix and chill, mate.
Is he just chilling at home? Like, is he just...
Yeah. He's not even in the squad, is he? I mean, get on
he's
to
not in the
Cavani.
Wait, he's not in the Europa.
No, get on Cavani for me, Owen, mate.
Yeah,
Cavani. He's fucking beautiful. It just brought me back to. It reminded me of 2012-13 season when we were down 2-1 there, and Van Persie came and got the hat trick there. That's what that reminded me of, that performance from Cavani. It was RVP-esque, you know, a goal and 2 goals and an assist. And he was just brilliant. And, you know, I said it before we came on, Zlatan 2.0. I think he could be getting, you know, 20, 25 goals for us this season. He could be absolutely crucial for us. I mean, look, he's already on 3 in the league this year. And, he's not started a game in the league yet. He's only come on off the bench. I mean, I can't wait to see him get a run of games. I cannot wait to see what he does to PSG's defence on Wednesday night. I hope he tears Marquinhos a new arsehole. That would be brilliant to watch. And 10 out of 10, man of the match, El Matador. What a man. What a mighty good man. Love him.
Come on. Say that again, man.
Mara, take it away. I mean, we can't really. I don't think you can praise him anymore.
Everything I said about Cavani, because it wasn't so much Cavani, it was more so the signing of Cavani, but I take it all back, and I love being proved wrong. I love when I wish more players would shut me up and prove me wrong, because Cavani, absolutely, every time he's played, even in those early games when he came on against Chelsea and he almost scored, he looks hungry. He feeds off goals. That's what he wants. Feed him the chances and he will score. And oh my God, he's now going to be the one that absolutely smashes the jinx of the number 7 shirt. He really, really is. He's going to change the fortunes around that number 7 shirt. And I echo what everyone says. We need to keep him fit, because we don't have a striker like him in our team. Nobody really with that goal poacher, fox in the box mentality. We really, really don't get in there in the 6-yard box. Nobody, because they're all going out on the left wing, out in the right wing, dropping deep. Nobody will just get in the fucking box and get your head on goals. And that is Cavani. And absolutely, if I could give him an 11 out of 10, I would. 10 out of 10, he was magnificent.
Yeah, I mean, Keen, mate, we've now got, for me, 2 players in that team who have that ultimate winning mentality in Bruno and in Cavani. That's how I see it. I mean, Cavani, the first thing he did when he came on was chase the ball down and win the ball back from midfield on Southampton. I remember it clearly. We've just got, with 2 of them in the team, it's infectious, mate. And like you said, Rashford was doing nothing until Cavani told him what to do, basically. He made it easy for him. And I'm totally with the guys in terms of performance level. I mean, are you in agreement, King, with them as well?
Yeah, like, look, Cavani was just absolutely fantastic today. Like, what more can I say about him that everyone else hasn't said? Like, he's is a great striker, and the movement and his winning mentality and his leadership is just second to none. And like on transfer deadline day, I talked to yourself, Adam, and we questioned the signing of Cavani because he was available for 6 weeks before we signed him, and we didn't know if it was actually. We thought like it was more of an Ed Woodward signing than an Ollie signing. But looking back on it now, look, it's a shrewd grab now. Like a free transfer, and you look at what he's bringing to the dressing room in terms of leadership and winning mentality. That I don't care how much they're paying him, because like if he can go and lead the line and grab crucial goals this season, and we can make a charge at top 4, and I'll even go out the stretch and say with the way the league is open this year that we can even challenge. I'm not going to say we're going to win in any way, shape or form, but if we can stay consistent, if we have a player like Cavani, it is possible. We just need to keep him and the other quality players fit.
Yeah, facts.
That's definitely 100%. Guys, that's been the player ratings. We're just going to quickly finish it because we're going way over tonight. Ratings for Ollie. I mean, first half, really, he must have sent them out with some intent and some information about, because he, like Keane said, he did mention it in his pre-match press conference about set pieces. We just played right into their hands. But then, first time I've seen Ollie go, right, half-time substitute, off you come. We have to make something happen. Whether being 2-0 down forced his hands, I don't know. But first time I've seen him be a bit ruthless at half-time in terms of substitutes. So, I'm going to give Ollie, I'll give him a 7. Because first half, right. Where was the instruction? Second half, his substitution changed the game. So, Keane, hit me with Ollie's mark, mate.
I'm usually hard on the man. I usually give him a tough time. But today, I'm going to give Ollie an 8. I thought he was ruthless with the substitution. And again, like the introduction of Cavani, that was well needed. And I think, even, I know we had the 2 kind of defensive mishaps of the goals, but if we take them chances earlier on in the game, it's a lot bigger scoreline than 3-2. So I think, Ollie deserves credit. Yeah, I think Ollie deserves credit today for the comeback today because of the substitutions he made. And again, whether you think he's the man for the job long term or not, that's completely fine. But today, absolutely, I think Ollie gets an 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, Saeed, mate, what are you going with? Similar?
I'm gonna probably go with a 6. I think for me it's a game of 2 halves, isn't it? You know what I mean? First half, I thought he got it wrong for me. The formation was all over the place. Should have started Cavani. I'm not too sure if he really changed the game. I know he bought on Cavani, but I just think of it. You know what I mean? The Cavani impact, mate. He transpired onto the whole team, mate. And I feel like for me, I don't know if the system changed. I just thought we just had more up top. You know what I mean, we had someone that could do it. Yeah, I know he still bought him on.
So you're being harsh.
No, I'm not being harsh.
He's still fucking hates Ollie, doesn't he, bro?
No. Because for me, I just thought I can't say to myself, that in the system and everything after that, mate. You know what I mean? Start to Ollie. It's for me. He should have started Cavani, man. You shouldn't. This game could have been something else, mate. You know what I mean? If Southampton didn't do second half, didn't come out in the second, this could have been a different game, mate. So I'm not too sure if you can say all credit goes to Ollie. Yes, of course it goes to him for giving.
Yeah, but if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle, mate. It don't matter.
I love that. I love that one. I understand what you mean, but I'm calling the Cavani show, mate, tonight. I'm calling the Cavani show. So I'm going to give.
You call it the Cavani show, and then if we lost today, you're blaming Ollie. Where the fuck does the man get any credit? You've got to give the man credit.
For the way we played in that first half, mate, you can't just flick a switch and say, you know what? All right, then he's got credit second half. Cavani changed the game.
Yeah, but who brought him on and who's instructed him to do what he's done?
Well, was it down to Ollie's tactics, though? Yes or no?
Not 100%. No,
there you go.
He made a shout, didn't he?
Quality players to do it.
He made a shout. He made a shout at half time. I think it was in pure. Like I said, I feel like Ollie's hands was forced at half time. He had to do something. I think that's why he acted on it. I think, Owen, what are you giving Ollie, mate?
I'm gonna give him an 8 just because of how good it was to feel like that and get the last minute winner. And I don't think he gets enough credit than. I don't think he gets a lot harsher treatment by the media than any other manager does.
Like we're going, manager, mate.
Like we're going on about Tony Paiella, about how Arsenal have an identity to play and all that, and they're sitting currently 14th, down 2-1 away at Wolves. And I think Ollie's not doing that bad of a job. We win our game in hand and we're 2 points off Tottenham and Liverpool. So
hey, that's another one for you. That if my dad was, what did he say for?
Mate, our game in hand against Burnley. Our game in hand against Burnley. I'll put my bollocks on that fucking me in one, mate. Jesus Christ.
Still the same point, is it?
He gets an 8. He gets an 8. Mayor, what are you giving Ollie?
I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Look, he played the right team from the start. We actually, I don't know what game some of you were watching. We were decent in that first half. We really
I'm not saying. I just don't think it's down to the manager, though. I don't really think it's down to the tactics. I just think you had Cavani.
If it was fucking Pochettino, it would be, though, wouldn't it, Saeed?
No, because you know what Pochettino's about. You know what Pochettino's about.
That was Ollie.
Okay. Let me put this then. Same way then when Bruno and Rashford came off. Same way Bruno Rashford came off against Istanbul. How bad was it after that then?
I think we were all
that's where you hold
earlier on.
I think that's where you hold for certain decisions in certain games, you hold people accountable, whether they do well. Like last week, we called it how we see it. When the sense substitutions happened, yes, we underperformed. But today, his decision making in terms of substitutions, it worked out. So that's why I think we have to commend Ollie today.
I don't think that the manager was like, boom, let me think of a substitution. He was forced to do it. He had no option to do that. He had to bring up Cavani.
I don't know, because sometimes we think we're calling for him to do it and he still doesn't do it. He waits and he waits and he waits. Like 60 minutes, 65, and you're like, Ollie, come on. And he should have done a half time. And today he was ruthless. I definitely an 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay, right. I'm going to finish it up.
He didn't make a change at half time. So
120 minutes worth of live stream, guys. One thing I will say is, Ollie's got an 100% record away from home this season, averaging over 3 goals a game, which I think any manager would jump at the chance of getting. I think that's 8 in a row now in the league, which is pretty decent for us. It's very surprising as well, to be honest. The likes of Liverpool and City aren't the team with this tag, but you know what? It shows that we have got something there. 4 wins in a row. Guys, we're on the up. Quickly before we finish, I just want to say thank you for all the chats, all the super chats, all the new members that jumped in on the live stream with me earlier on. Everyone for handling my antics while watching the game earlier on as well. Don't forget, tomorrow is the 3 up, 3 down video. So DM me, or actually in this video, when it goes up on YouTube, I'm going to put the email address on to send your little video clips through. I'm going to put a compilation together of your ups and downs from the weekend. That will be out on tomorrow on the channel as well. It's probably the only video that I've got out there that isn't live, so just good to actually do a bit of editing for a change. Anyway, I'm going to finish it up there. Just going to give the guys a quick chance to shout out their channels, and do check out all of their channels because, well, you know you love them, so you might as well go and follow them and watch them as well. Cockney Red 99, you hit me with it, Owen, mate.
Cockney Red 99, the crafty couple. I'm only on 65 subscribers. It'd be quite nice to get
guys,
to 100.
come on.
Get to 100 before Christmas. It would be quite nice. On Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. Just have a look at me.
Owen on 100.
With my Ollie sexual propaganda, as someone said in the comments.
Serious, man. That propaganda, man.
She-Devil United, Mary, the one and only.
We are only 6 subscribers away from 3,000 subs.
6.
Wow, let's get that
guys,
right
let's get that finished tonight. Let's get that done tonight. Come on, stop messing.
She-Devils United, come on.
Yeah, come on. I'm a Celebrity hasn't started yet. Just get onto Mary's channel. Get subscribing first. Get watching some content. Keen, the weekly armchair podcast. Hit me with it, mate. Tell me what's happening. What are your socials, Keen, mate?
Yeah, so you can catch me over at the Weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast, and you can catch me at Keen_Franey on Twitter for all your up-to-date Bruno Fernandes propaganda.
That's it. Saeed, mate, United Central, as always, my man, been with me from the start.
That's it, mate. United Central on YouTube. Catch me on there for your Ollie out propaganda.
Me and Saeed going to do a boxing match. That's going to have to happen next, man.
Listen, I've said it from day one, though. A lot of people they get surprised by why am I going to back the manager. I'm never going to back the manager. I'll say it to you right now. I'm never going to back the manager. I've said it from day one. I'm Ollie out for a reason. I just don't see this being consistent. You know what I mean? You can give praises week in, week out, but I'm Ollie out, man. I've said it from day one, mate.
But
we moved.
always
Tonight's not the
remember,
time to say it though. Tonight's
Saeed will
tonight's the day
cheer.
to enjoy the result.
Yeah, Saeed will cheer a goal when it goes in, though. So
That's it. That's
there
it,
you
man.
go.
That's it.
Let's see. Kelly's on it. Kelly's on it for you there, Owen, mate. Let's get into 100
Cheers.
tonight. Let's build
Happy
them up. Build them up. Right, people. That is it. I'm going to let everyone get off and do their thing. Go and chill.
Peace.
Netflix, Phil, or maybe AFTV, chill. I don't know whichever way you want to go at it tonight.
AFTV and chill,
Oh,
mate.
yeah,
That's
it's
it, man.
for days.
Popcorn ready.
That's it. Guys, take care. I will see you all in the week. Do give the video a like as always. Share the video, subscribe, and I will drop the email address to send your clips to get on tomorrow's video in the comment section when this video goes up on YouTube. Take care, people. Night night.